Luke chapter 17. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Shalom, Yasharahla. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, to the 144,000 elect, and to the 1/3 of all men, women, and children that are coming back to these laws, statutes, and commandments in these last days. So I want to start off by making two things perfectly clear. Number one, the Lord is controlling the mouse on this world. He is clicking away in different parts of the world and causing all these things that you're seeing happening in this world today. It's him that's doing it. Make no mistake. All right. I want to get a scripture. Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So the Lord, if you didn't see that video with the woman getting married and the explosion happening at the same time, just the odds of, when I first saw that video, I thought it was a commercial. I thought it looked like something that you would see in a movie. If you didn't know that this was an event that was actually taking place on the earth, you would have thought this was a trailer for a movie. And that just goes to show that the Lord is capable of putting people, Salakia. And that just goes to show that the Lord is putting people in very specific circumstances for his people, the prophets, and his servants, to see that this is him that's doing this. Because in the book of Luke and in Matthew, they're talking about people were eating, drinking, and giving in marriage until the flood took them away. Now, of course, there was no actual flood, but remember, the Lord promised never to flood this place again. Okay? In this go around, this place is going to be destroyed with nuclear fire. And that is the significance of this video. As a marriage ceremony was going on, a nuclear explosion took place. And that is a very distinct indicator that, yes, this is the Lord. The Lord is here. He is moving things on this earth. So make no mistake that it's him. The second thing that I want to make perfectly clear is that America will never go back to the way it was ever again. It's too late. The damage is way too deep. I mean, you got all kinds of things happening right now. You thought the coronavirus was bad. Now you got all these other, you got Trump talking about he's made a lot of rich people mad. As a matter of fact, let's go to the video. Let's just go to the video.
Closing retail locations in the United States.
Yeah, I feel like pretty soon we won't need these lists and we're just going to say everybody's closed. Include names like Apple, Nike that you mentioned, but also Under Armour, everybody's closed. Lululemon, Columbia, Patagonia, Abercrombie & Fitch, and Urban Outfitters, everybody's closed. Plus a number of smaller names like Warby Parker, Everlane, Allbirds, Glossier, Away, everybody's closed, everybody's closed, everybody's closed.
So I have a lot of enemies out there. This may be the last time you'll see me for a while.
Giant space rocks are whizzing past our planet with alarming regularity.
On August 10th, our planet will have a close encounter with an asteroid, an absolutely massive one that's bigger than a 100-story building.
An asteroid impact tsunami developed by scientists at the University of California, Santa Cruz, USCS, showing waves as high as 400 feet sweeping onto the Atlantic coast of the U.S.
On the 10th, 2006 QQ23 is expected to hurtle past Earth within about 4.6 million miles of us, the closest call since 2001.
What we're talking about is a real war between the United States and China. Two world leaders are coming out and saying that the risk of an armed conflict between the United States and China in the next 3 months is especially high.
NASA considers the asteroid potentially hazardous. That's an uncomfortable thought, especially considering the asteroid's size. If it did crash into Earth someday, the force of the collision of the enormous rock could have devastating effects.
Such an impact would send a series of giant waves in all directions, including toward the east coast of the United States.
The CEO of these companies stepped down. Disney stepped down. Microsoft stepped down. Hulu stepped down. Oh, well, they all stepped down.
Everybody's closed.
IBM, LinkedIn, Uber Eats, eBay, MGM, Nestle,
Everybody's closed.
Volkswagen, MasterCard, Nissan, Victoria's Secrets and Bed and Bath, T-Mobile, Harley Davidson, WeWork,
Everybody's closed.
Jewel, and Tinder, Cupid, Hinge stepped down. Were they forced to step down or threatened?
A lot of very, very rich enemies, but they are not happy with what I'm doing. But I figure we have one chance to do it, and no other president's going to do what I do.
Despite all of our advanced technology, we remain extremely vulnerable, and scientists assure us that it's just a matter of time before our luck runs out and a gigantic space rock hits our planet.
And there you have it. So there's so much going on worldwide right now that it seems like there's no particular nation, there is no particular leader, there's no particular group of people that's going to be able to deliver themselves out of this situation. The Lord, the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua, is going to have to be with you in these last days in order for you to survive. Okay, you got all these companies, as you saw, all these CEOs of these companies are stepping down. Why are they all stepping down simultaneously? Well, number one, all these CEOs, as you can see, they were unnamed. That's probably because they all belong to these same wealthy families, the Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, the who else? I can't even remember them all. But all these wealthy families have these that's been controlling the world. These elites, they've had their minions, their ambassadors as CEOs of all of these corporations. So what happens is when they step down, number one, they don't want to be named because through their name you're gonna find out which family they belong to. That's for damn sure. And for two, the reason why they're stepping down is because they know this place is finished. They know it's over, right? So what are they gonna do? They're gonna pass the gavel to somebody who's next up, who's probably not even in their family, and they're gonna run off and hide into these underground bunkers because they know when all hell breaks loose, they don't want to be caught out there. They've been preparing for this. They've been preparing for uprisings of the people. They've been preparing for utter chaos. They've been preparing for martial law. So they want to get the hell out of here before Ish actually hits the fan. The Lord compares this to a woman in travail, right? Because she has birth pains. And these issues, it may seem like they are happening all of a sudden, but it's actually been escalating over a long period of time. But because we are at the tail end of the tail end, things are starting to move quickly. And it's starting to catch a lot of people off guard. But these elites are wise enough to know that they got to get the hell out of here before we catch on. When I say we, I'm talking about the general pop. I'm not talking about, the nation of Israel, Yasharahla, because we are awake. As a matter of fact, let's get that scripture, right? This is First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. For when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So they think they're going to go off and hide into these underground bunkers while the rest of the world fights for their lives. But that's not going to happen. They're not going to be able to escape because the Lord can see them. You don't think that the Lord can see through the ground? You don't think that the Lord has, if you ever played these video games like these Black Ops, these covert games where you can see, like, put on the thermal lenses and you can see through walls and you can see that your enemy hiding behind a desk, hiding behind, all kinds of obstacles. What more do you think that the Most High is capable of doing? You want to hide in these underground bunkers? It doesn't matter how many plates of steel, how many feet of steel in between you and the earth. The Lord's going to be able to bust that thing wide open. So there's no way that anybody's actually going to be able to escape, but they don't have a choice because, they either deal with the general pop, or they can extend their life and live, a little bit longer until the Lord actually steps foot on this earth, right? Continue. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief, right? Because we're not going to be caught off guard, because we've been talking about this. All of us, if you're an Israelite, if you've been doing this work, you have been talking about this since the beginning. You have been interested in these topics since the beginning, right? Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. Why? Number one, because we're keeping the commandments. We know the wisdom. We know how to be protected in these last days. We're the one that's praying. We are the ones that are praying to be a part of the hopeful elect. We are the ones that want to be caught up and taken up into the chariots when they actually arrive. And children of the day, because we are alert, right? We are awake, right? In the daytime, you wake up, right? In the daytime, that's when you do your job. That's when you do your work. We are not of the night nor of darkness, meaning we aren't going to sleep on this issue. When we see these prophecies, when we see these things, it's beautiful. It's beautiful because almost every single video that I've seen, from brothers that are doing the work, they're talking about these same issues. When they saw this video of this woman getting married, or these women getting married, and the explosion happening at the same time, it just clicked. Book of Matthew, 24th chapter. Book of Luke, 17th chapter. We are on it. We are on top of these prophecies, right? And we're not of darkness because we're trying to repent. We're trying to get out of here. We want to be counted worthy to escape the things that are going to befall Babylon, right? And it's crazy because despite all these things happening, you got these people that are still talking about, what are you doing this weekend? Come over. We're having a party, right? We're going to the beach. We're going to the bar. Going to a restaurant, right? There's people, despite all these signs, right? They're still looking to have a good time. They're still trying to enjoy themselves. You know why? Because they belong to the congregation of the dead. They want to be destroyed in these last days. They're not even thinking about what they got to do to get themselves in order to survive these things. And those people are going to be taken as a thief. They're going to be in there. They're going to be laying back. They're going to have their feet kicked up, right? They're going to be enjoying themselves. They're going to have the little drink in their hand, and boom, sudden destruction is going to come upon them. And they're going to be looking for this wisdom, and it's not going to be able to find them because it's just not going to be there, right? Let's continue. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet, the hope of salvation. So you got to separate from these people in these last days. These people who are always trying to have a good time, these people who are always into folly, trying to have fun, they can't get serious. They can't even see what's right in front of them. You got to cut them off. You got to separate from them. You know why? Because if you don't, guess what? You're going to get caught out there with them. You might be slacking. You might be lacking one day and say, you know what? The Lord ain't coming back today. Let me, just, have a little bit of fun. Let me go out there and see what they talking about. And, it's not going to be an issue. That's not how this works. This is high time. Like if the truth was the stock market, it is soaring right now. It is soaring. This is the best time to be alive. This is the best time to be in the truth. And this is the best time to be keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments in these last days. And y'all don't forget, when Trump got elected as president, he randomly said,
during a photo op in the White House dining room, President Trump made this puzzling comment.
You guys know what this represents? Well, maybe it's the calm before the storm.
What's the storming?
Could be the calm before the storm.
And now the president was asked again what he meant by calm before the storm, and he responded, "You'll find out."
What the hell was he talking about? Right? Then all of a sudden now, he's talking about, this is the last time y'all are going to see me. Or this may be the last time y'all are going to see me. And you know how Esau is. When he says this may be the last time, he's getting the hell out of there. All right? He knows he's made these elites mad because Trump was never an elite. So his loyalty was never really with them. So it was only a matter of time before he was going to pull an ace out of his back pocket. And he knows he's got to do it. He's got to do it, because if he doesn't do it, then this place is going down. So you can't serve two masters, right? So you either serve the Lord or you serve these elites. And Trump doesn't even Trump serves himself. So whatever move he's about to make is he thinks that this is going to save America, but there's nothing that's going to save America. This place is going to be destroyed, thus saith the Lord. Right? And that just reminds me of that Simpsons cameo that he was in, right? Let's go get it.
The Simpsons have shown their incredible ability to predict the future. We have witnessed creepy episodes that have become true and have certainly passed into history, such as the fall of the Twin Towers, the appearance of the Ebola, the video calls, the Donald Trump's triumph as President of the United States of America, and this just to mention some predictive episodes. Nevertheless.
All right, so it appears that, it's very hard to find the actual clip of the actual Simpsons episode where it depicts Trump being elected for president and his death, and the Simpsons have actually become infamous for being able to predict the future, right? Because there's also predictions about 9/11 and things of that nature, and obviously Esau is doing some left-handed things. All right, he's not really predicting the future. I mean, the way it works in that wicked world is they actually have to show you what they're going to do before they actually do it. So what happens is you're watching a movie, you're watching a cartoon, or you're watching something and it's showing you something, and subconsciously you are agreeing to it, right? Because that image, that memory sits in your subconscious mind, and you almost accept it by watching it, and that gives them to authority to actually carry it out. So it's not that they're predicting the future. They have to show you what they're going to do before they actually do it. So that just goes to show that Trump in this current time, he understands that he's about to get himself in trouble, or he's either gotten himself in trouble already, and he knows it's going to fall back on him. So what is he going to do? He might sign executive orders to put things in motion to protect himself, to make sure in a false attempt to protect America. And you already know his character. He's willing to do anything to achieve what he wants, right? So he's going to hold on to this power that he has because he just doesn't want to let it go, right? And then you have all these other nations that are licking their chops, looking at America like, oh, this might be the perfect time to make a move, right? Politically, economically, and even when it comes to warfare, so who knows where this is going to go, right? Maybe this is the calm before the storm. Maybe we are just about to get into the storm. So I just wanted to touch on these things that are happening right now. And this just goes to show that there's no way that we could actually go back to normal, because the damage is too deep, right? Everything is too tangled, right? America is in an entanglement, so to speak, that it cannot get out of, right? So with that, I just want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai for putting the spirit on me to do this video. And if one person was edified, the job has been done. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell in the corner, because I got more edifying videos coming, Lord willing. Shalom.
And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last.